welcome to Civic Space TV, Women at the Front Lines, Women Rise program. We are delighted to be having you every other time we put out a program. And today we have somebody who is breaking barriers, breaking ceilings, and working in a sector traditionally known for men, a young woman advancing in that field. So I thought it important to bring her over to share her story and to discuss this interesting field and the challenges women face in automotive engineering. I want to welcome Mercy Nkakara. I hope I got it well.
Yeah,
who is here with us on the set today, and would like to chat with her the journey of her life, her work, and of course this particular industry that she is in of engineering. Yes, so Mercy, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you for giving us your time
And
coming
thank
over.
you for the invitation.
I checked out Mercy actually on Twitter. They say the power of the internet, the power of social media. I saw the works that she is doing out there, and I decided that, well, this is a young woman that we need to have a chat with. Perhaps her story can influence another young woman out there in their journey. So Mercy, we want just to start from understanding the kind of person we have, where you are coming from, where you're going, where you are at right now, and learning a few things from your journey and your story, the power of the story and the very powerful lessons that we can pick from your journey. So we'll start from where you are coming from. How was it like growing up for you, because those moments are important.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Aineomugisha Mercy Nkakara.
Mm.
I'm 22. A firstborn of 2.
Only 2?
Yes, and my sister's just 7.
Wow.
The one following me. Yeah, I'm born from Kanungu, so that qualifies me to be a Mchiga.
From Kanungu?
Yeah, Kanungu district. Yeah, it's in the western part of Uganda. So growing up, I went to Kangarame Primary School. It's in Chijanga for my primary.
That's a village in Kanungu?
Yeah,
somewhere.
It's a village, though the school is church founded.
Okay.
Yeah, so from there I went from nursery up to P4. Then I went to Chitaliro Primary School. I spent there 1 time because it was very far from school and I was still a kid, and we would move long distance, move in the night. It was so hectic. I went there for only 1 term. I also went to Chijanga Modern Nursery and Primary School. It's the current African Child School. It's there in Aharuberera.
Of course, we can't tell where that is. But
yeah, it's also a village.
Yes.
Yeah, a village in Kanungu. Yeah, so, and I completed my primary at Chitunga Primary School, because the Chijanga Modern, it was a private funded school and it didn't have a sitting, they call them sitting number or anything, so we would register from Chitunga. So that is Chitunga Primary School. For my senior 1, senior 4, I went to St. Maria Goretti Girls School. It's in Fort Portal. Then my senior 5, senior 6, I went to Luviri High School, Buloba campus.
Right here in Kampala.
Right here in Kampala. It's a Kabaka founded school, and I was on KEF, that is Kabaka Education Fund. Yeah, so they would contribute half of the school fees and the parent contributes half of the school fees.
Okay.
So I haven't gone to the university, but I went to National Teachers College, Unyama. It's in Gulu. So I'm a professional teacher of literature and English.
So? So how did the mechanics come in? I mean, what inspired you now to, do all that? Perhaps even there are other things that you're doing besides teaching. Maybe I cut you short. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's okay. I also do advocacy and social media influencing
Wow.
for part-time. Yeah, so I'm though I haven't gone to class to teach, and maybe I can do that in the future. So most of the times, okay, like how the mechanic thing came in, it was in lockdown. That's 2020 lockdown.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had a friend of mine, he's an OB by the way, started in primary. I had even forgotten about him. He just saw me on Facebook. And he was like, "Oh, are you there? What's on? What are you doing?" I said, "Of course, I'm home seated. This is lockdown." So he was like, "Okay, at my garage, they need someone as a receptionist." So I was like, "Oh, I can do, even if they are giving me only transport, I can do that." So good enough, they weren't giving me only transport. So I took up that reception job. But even in my childhood, I grew up wanting to do something with science. Like I would say, "Oh, I want to be a sciencer." I want to be, because I believed those maybe doctors had a lot of, like they knew
Contribution
much.
to society.
Yeah. So I would admire them. So I would say I want to be a sciencer. So though I was limited when it came to university, I went to a college, I didn't go to a university because
But you
we
studied
didn't
sciences in the college as well?
No, I studied language.
Languages, okay.
Yeah, so I was limited. Even on my HSC, I was limited. We didn't have school fees. And when we went to CAF, they would, okay, that one cut. They would tell you, like, they would choose for you, like,
what to do?
yeah,
Yes.
because, yeah, the school, like, science and as the arts, those things.
They don't prefer, they were directing children to do art sciences more than arts right now.
Yeah, so they would tell you, we give here on this course, so you choose either to go and study
In terms
or,
of the available funding and
yeah, and
scholarships.
available funding and
Yeah.
scholarship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I did literature at my HSC.
So are you teaching as well?
No, I last taught in my school practice, and that is Peche Secondary School. It's in Gulu
City.
Yeah, Gulu City. Yeah, so that's the only time I went to class, and from that day I've never taught.
So you actually don't have the spark for teaching.
I really
But your
don't.
training took you into teaching. You'd have rather done something else in life. But, well, that points to what happens to, to many children at school.
Yeah.
There is a disconnect between career and what people want. Career guidance is not very well grounded. Yes.
Yeah. So with that, like that thing, I want to be a science growing. When I got that chance to go to the garage, I was like, now this is my time. So remember in lockdown, there are few cars. So there would be cars parked, like those people, some went even to the village. So they would leave their cars just parked there. Or he brought his car and failed to get the money to repair it. So I would tell the manager. By that time, our manager, we used to call him Mutoro. Yeah, I would tell him, teach me. I want to learn. And he was like, these are people's cars. I was like, yeah, but they brought them here to repair them. It's better, yes, they don't have the money, but it's better when by the time they come with the money, they find everything is done. And from there, that's how I started. That's how my journey started. Yeah, and yeah, I learned and I can work on cars.
Wow.
And I do work on cars. Yeah.
That's what I'm interested hearing. When I saw your profile, and I was like, wow, a young woman who is doing mechanic work. It's like, it's unheard of it's not common that you'll find a young woman doing that kind of work. I mean, women would rather do other things in society. I don't know where you are there, how many women are doing mechanics, engineering, you know, garage work. It's not like what many of us do. But what inspired you to do that? Why engineering? Why that mechanic work?
Okay, as I've told you, I always dreamt of being a sciencer. So I wanted something science, something, you know, doctorate, and that doctorate was for men. So when I came to the garage and I got a chance, I was like, now, as I can't go back now to senior 5 to study the other courses, like I take now BCM stuff, let me take this chance, let me utilize the opportunity, and I begin from
here.
Yeah, and yeah, when I began that, it wasn't easy, by the way, because even my boss himself, but I thank him, he's called Nionzima Job Fred. Yeah, when I told him I want to start learning, he was like, really? Will you manage? He was like, okay, no problem. Yeah, he even instructed other workers
to help you.
Yeah, to help me. And yeah, I always thank him wherever I am. I'm so grateful to you, Nionzima. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So how is your normal day like as a mechanic? How do you do your work? You know, how do you spend the day? You know.
Okay, at the moment I left the garage, so I'm working mobile. But I have a group of people I'm working with, they are boys. So in a day, some days are good, some days are bad. I can't say all days are good. Yeah, some days we get clients, and yeah, if we have many, we divide the work among ourselves. Like few people go this side, other people go the other side, like according to the availability of the work.
So when I need services, I call you, I text you,
yeah, when you need
I send a message.
services, you can text me, send a message.
So I'm stuck somewhere on this road. Mercy, come and help me. My car is
Yeah. So if I'm available, I come myself. If I'm far, I just send one of the boys or two. They come and yeah, they get you sorted.
So you are a mechanic on call. And that's what the future. That's the future, because everything is done online. It's on technology. If you don't market your services online, then you're not going to get clients as well.
Yeah, because these days social media has power. Yeah, everything is on social media these days. So that's why I also post my work so that people out there can see, and yeah, if they get interested or if someone has a problem with the car, they can talk to me, they can call me, and yeah, I'm available.
That's interesting. But in your line of trade right now, I mean, how are you seeing the girl child positioning herself in that area? And are there schools where girls can go and be trained as mechanics? What is your experience? What is out there? What should somebody know about this industry as a woman?
Yeah, there are some schools that are training girls on vocational skills, and there is one school here it's in Kumbuzi. It's at Kumbuzi. It's called Girls with Tools.
That is where? Kumbuzi is which side?
Kumbuzi, it's on Gayaza Road. They call it Kumwenda. Is it Kumwenda? Kumwenda. The Luganda word.
Okay.
Yeah, my Uganda doesn't Luganda. So it's called Kumbuzi. It's after Mperere.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, and it's just the Kumbuzi. This road going to Chanja.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just opposite that Chanja road. Yeah, so it's where the school is. They train girls and it's free.
Oh.
Yeah, it's free of charge. The only charge they can charge, like the only money they get from you is accommodation. And it's less. It's not big money.
So it is available there for many girls.
For
it is
many-
free. You just register and start training. Get trained as a mechanic.
Yeah, you get trained as a mechanic, though there are other courses, but that's why I can recommend girls to go. Then there is also Bugema.
Okay, vocational.
Yes, it also trains girls, but that one I'm not certain if it's free of charge or they pay. Yeah, but for the girls with tools, it's free of charge. Yeah.
Okay.
So for girls out there, if you're aspiring to be one, either mechanic or electrical engineer, you can visit that school. And you get a chance to study.
Of course, someone who is watching and a young woman like yourself could be wondering, why would I even venture into that? Are there no other things I can do? You know the girl vibe. You'll be like, no, why would I do mechanics? I mean, there are other things I can do as a woman. You know, what would you tell that young woman out there?
My dear ladies, young girls, my slave queens out there. What I can tell you is that don't limit yourself. Don't let your environment or your thoughts limit you. When it comes to work, there is nothing like this is for men, this is for women. That's not true. That's not there. It's all about being focused. It's all about being hardworking. It's all about what you're passionate about. If you're we have all the potential to make our dreams come true. So like you shouldn't, how do they call it?
Limit yourself,
Limit yourself.
Yeah.
Like this is, now I'm a lady, I can't do this. How will they see me? My dear.
That bias.
That bias is, I think you should desist from it because it's paying, and yeah, I'm not looking for jobs. I can't go out because
knocking
now,
at offices.
Yeah, because now
job
jobs
hunting,
are looking for me. So don't limit yourself. Like that negative thoughts, that like you shouldn't put more focus on them because these male dominated. By the way, there is one secret. If you're lady and you're in these male-dominated jobs, you get more clients compared to men. Like people
trust women.
Yeah, people be like, oh, a woman. Like though people come like to test you, but trust me, you will like it. You will like it.
That's interesting. I'll give you an example of Uber, that Uber business right now in town. Hardly will you find a lady, but the day you land on a woman, it's so nice, refreshing. If I get a driver who is a lady and is going to drive me, I feel so happy and excited. I mean, there's something different about it.
Yeah. Also me, I used to, even now, I rarely use border borders because I fear them. Like I have phobia for border borders because it's the openest mean of transport. But on safe border, they have this lady. Yeah, they have a lady.
Wow.
I don't know her name, but she speaks Chinyarwanda.
Wow.
Chinyarwanda Chifumbira. So I have her contact wherever I'm to move on a border. Wow. I contact that lady because she's very careful.
Wow.
And I love her. So like, yeah, when someone sees something unique, they always go for that.
So there is a growth in the number of women who are joining those traditionally known areas for men. It's growing. If you find a woman riding border, safe Uber, then mechanics now, they are pilots, they are chefs, quite a number. So I think there is a growing trend of women venturing into those sectors. But coming back to this one, in terms of the challenges, someone could be still wondering, but what are the challenges women face as mechanics in that field?
Okay.
Before I venture in there,
I'll talk about my own challenges before I talk to other challenges. Yeah. Because when it's in this field, at a times people test you, like they really test you. Someone, okay, let me begin with this. Someone calls you, you work, after working and ask for money, he's like, you don't qualify for that money. That money should be given to men. But my dear, I've worked on your car. Yes, I'm a lady.
It's running.
It's running. The problem is solved. Why don't you give me that money you think you would give to a man than to me, a lady? Yet I've done what a man would have done.
Wow.
And like, why are you saying I'm not worth that money? Why? Yeah, that is a challenge, and it's mostly the biggest challenge. You, after working, someone says, ezo sente za abasajja.
Hey!
But I've done what the musajja you wanted to do.
So actually, that is interesting. Ezo sente za abasajja. So
yeah,
in
after
other
you
words,
doing something, he wants to underpay you because you're a lady. When you ask for the money that is worth it, he says, that money it's worth for a man.
Hey, so low pay, minimum pay,
Yeah.
almost zero pay for women vis-a-vis men. Men are given more pay compared to women in the
Someone
field.
tells you, that man, I can give it a man. But yes, I'm a lady, but I did what that man wanted.
That's
to
interesting.
do. Yeah. So that's a challenge. Sometimes someone tests you, like they call you to really see, can you do it? Are you really one? Like, you know? So, and someone comes, like when I used to be at the garage, people would come, and when a manager says, oh, Mercy, work on that one, he's like, a lady can't touch my car. And you get biased, you feel bad, but nothing to do.
Demoralized. Yes.
Sometimes someone comes, you work on his car, and remember, when you work on a car, you make connections, you share numbers. Like right now I'm working online, so I share my number online. So after that, someone calls you, hey Mercy, I'm here, I'm stuck here, come. You hurry, get on a taxi or on a border to reach the place he has told you. Nga the car has no problem. Nga the man is just in vibes. He's vibing, and you really say, oh, this one has wasted my time.
Your time. Maybe you left something else.
Yeah, I left something else, and really I'm here wasting my time now on this one. Like, you know, people test. I call it testing.
So just wanted to see if it is true.
If it is true, or if some people want to test you, like, can you really do it? Even when the car has no problem, he just tests you to see, do you know what you're doing?
But of course, you talked about sexual harassment, actually. That is it.
Yeah.
Because someone cannot call you
for nothing.
From a professional work and then diverts you to something else.
Yeah,
You know.
that's the biggest challenge. Or you work on his car after he's like, yeah, let me marry you. When I'm like, he promises, men promise. Yeah, he says, be my wife. If you be my wife, you won't be doing that work. You won't be like running. Someone calls you and run to their work. I will station you a shop. I'll make for you this thing, and you sit in one place. You be comfortable, you know. I can change your life.
Oh.
Jesus, and you're like,
okay. That's interesting. And of course, those are challenges that many women as well face in different areas. But in your field, I think they are more pronounced because you are in a male-dominated field. And yet we want more women to come. So we want to see how barriers can be broken and bias, as you said, so that we can get more women into these sectors which are traditionally known as for men. So women spreading out, you know, going into all sectors. So thank you for sharing your story. Would like also just to capture a little bit of your other experiences that may be useful for other young women. Because you talked about teaching, you talked about being a social media influencer. And I guess that is what is earning you this much as well, because it connects you to your possible clients. Yeah. So how is it like being a social media influencer as well? Is there some hope of income sources for such people?
Yeah, there is hope. I would advise ladies out there to go on media. Social media these days, it has power. Okay, you go on social media on a positive way. Yeah, because there are some ladies, when you check their pages, my dear,
what they post there.
use social media in a positive way, because, yeah, I do social media influencing and I get my clients from Twitter, yeah, and sometimes Facebook. Yeah, so I would advise ladies to join social media, grow your audience. Grow your audience and in a positive manner.
In a positive manner.
Yeah, don't go on social media to show your nakedness, you know, do this and that. Yeah.
And those pages with nudity in them have a lot of followers.
Of course.
A lot
I
of
think it's
conversation is going on.
Yeah, it's one way to attract maybe followers, but luckily enough, I grew my social media on a positive way, in a positive manner. Yes, it's growing slowly, but yeah, I get potential people. I get even important people to follow me, not everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, social media, you can earn money by the way from social media. Like me, I do social media influencing, so I earn a living from that.
So for those who are looking for jobs, sometimes there are opportunities innumerable, and you don't have to look for an office or job, but there's so much to do. So being innovative and creative is what you're saying.
Yeah. And mostly, I would advise people to join either Twitter or LinkedIn. Yeah, because even on LinkedIn, I've gotten potential customers. Yeah.
Okay. But LinkedIn, I'm not even
It's
there.
more professional.
I know.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's a lot of potential in social media, and thanks for, again, reconnecting us and sharing the importance of being on the platforms for professional reasons and networking purposes. I'm wondering where this Mercy will be in the next 10 years.
In the next 10 years.
The future is so bright for you. The potential is so, so much. You have a great future ahead of you. You're already at that age. You're already doing so many things. I don't know where I was when I was 22 years, probably university. But you're already doing so much. And you are aged because of what you are doing already. So, yeah, where do you see yourself? And share with us a few values that have kept you going, that you want to also share and hope to build your life around.
The values that have kept me going is I'm hardworking. And at least that one, everyone knows, even people around me know.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm very hardworking. I'm focused. There is nothing that can kunjija kumulamwa. Nothing really.
Yes.
I'm very focused. I set my goals and I really achieve them, though not all of them.
Sometimes it happens to everyone, yes.
Yeah, so I'm very focused and I have dreams. So if you make dreams and you always work hard and say, yeah, I have to achieve this dream, I have to do this, I have to do that. So being focused, hardworking and
determined to make it big in life. Yeah, so where do you see yourself? Family, what? Career-wise?
Yeah, in the next 2-3 years, I hope, and I know, I believe I'll accomplish it. I will have managed to secure some contracts with big companies to be their official mechanic. Yeah,
that's a big one.
I also look forward to having my own garage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Could it be the first garage in Uganda owned by a female?
Owned by a female.
Probably there are owners there, but the mechanics themselves are probably not there.
Yeah. So that will be my biggest achievement in 10 years. That one, I give it a 10 years
plan.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Okay, inspire some young women out there with your values.
the ladies out there, always do that something that will make you unique and stand out in a crowd. Like, always go for those things the society, the community thinks it's impossible for women. Yeah. And stay focused on your dreams. You can achieve it.
Wow.
And it's possible. Let no one tell you that
It's
there
not
is
possible.
nothing impossible.
And also
Yeah.
not listening to those voices that are discouraging. You focus on your agenda.
Yeah, focus on your agenda, and if given a chance to do anything, always give it your best. Give it your best, and yeah, that person you've done something your best will always come back to you, will always recommend others. Yeah, that's how we connect and
Okay.
survive.
I would like to end here, but also I felt like in your discussion you raised important issues in terms of the status of Uganda right now, unemployment, and why young people need to be innovative and creative and look for other opportunities. You know, you talked of being unique and all that, but also career guidance. You're being guided to do something else. Your heart desires to do something else. So people need to be focused in pursuing what they need to, their passion of life. But also you're talking of training, the vocational institutions right now in the country, the tertiary institutions. I guess the focus right now is there and not just academic papers. The country is talking about skills. How do you get a skill? How do you, empower yourself as a young person to have a skill that you can survive on? And so, in other words, the vocational education now is very important in Uganda, and your story is about that.
Yeah, and I advise, let it be male this time and female, to always go for those vocational skills. That when
Have a skill.
have a skill, the skill lives with you.
Yes.
It's like you go with it everywhere.
Yes.
Like,
but the paper may be phased out. You could have done development studies or
by
something,
the way,
and it's no longer necessary.
Tell you something. Yes, I've went to school. I've studied. Let's no girl be there and say, Mercy didn't go to school. My dear, I went to school and I've studied. But trust me, the papers, like in the things I've done, there is no way I've presented. Let it be a P7, PLE, or anything. So let's all go to the skilling, the vocational skilling, because they empower you. Even you don't have to go and look for jobs if you have your skills. Yeah, you can even start up the small thing you with the skill you have to go to where you aspire to be. Yeah, so I advise everyone, I advise, let it be male or female, always go for vocational skilling, because the future and the Uganda of today, it goes for what do you know?
What do you know? They
What
don't
do you
ask for
do, not
papers anymore.
what did you study?
What do you know?
Yeah.
Not for what you studied.
Yeah.
What can you do? Not for what you studied or what you read.
Yeah, what you offer. They ask, what do you do?
Yeah. Okay. It's been interesting chatting with Mercy here, a mechanic, a young mechanic on call. So if you have work for her, she's available on her inbox anytime, anywhere, in terms of the work that she does. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you. And for those who would like to work with me, or you have your car, or you have your events when it comes to social media, look out for me on all my social media platforms. I use Aineomugisha, Mercy Nkakara. My official names are the ones that I use on all my pages.
Wow. Wow. So, yeah, that has been Mercy Aineomugisha Nkakara, a young mechanic on call, but she also does other side gigs. She's a social media influencer. She's an advocate for women's rights. She's a trailblazer, I could say, because at this age, the future is bright. The future is bright for her, and it's already well cut out. Thank you for being with us up to this point. We'll catch you again on another program. Shalom.